R is the show that discuss sports, and the big R is all the positive R words. Those are our principle, like reading, research, responsibility, resilience, resolve, resolutions. You name them. Those are our key principle. We say if you do that, you'll be able to resolve whatever problem that you're encountering, especially on finance or any other aspect of life. Since this morning we are discussing football. Good morning to the viewers out there. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walafatse. I'm not all by myself. I'm joined by Jacob, Jackie, and Twentle Selematsela. Jackie, good morning. Jackie?
Good morning, my brother, and good morning to the viewers out there.
And then also,
yes, my brother, can you hear me?
I can hear you quite clearly. We also have Tshepang with us. Tshepang, good morning.
Good morning to my fellow colleagues and the viewers out there.
Yeah, Paige Maslangu said he's engaged somewhere, but he promised to join us a little bit later if we are still on. We'll appreciate that. And then he wanted us to discuss possession football. All right. Is possession football the way to go? But we'll discuss about that as soon as Paige comes in. But I'm sure it's unavoidable. We need to discuss Kaizer Chiefs. What's happening at Kaizer Chiefs? Probably you want to have a say. A viewer out there, please continue to subscribe. And then after subscribing, just comment. And then I must appreciate that there's a guy by the name of Collins. He always comment on our show. There's a guy by the name of Walter in the Northern Cape, always comment. And then we have Rolt Mpiane also comments. And then we also have Fraser Kekana. So it's quite exciting. And at some point, we will try to hook up with these people to be with us in the show. And then I know that this past weekend, it was Nedbank Cup. In England, we saw the upset. And then let's start with the Nedbank Cup. Before we discuss our topic, the first topic to discuss, what's happening at Kaizer Chiefs. So probably you have a view, probably you know exactly what's happening. Where do you think is the problem? Jackie, give us the results.
Thank you very much, my brother, and thank you very much to my fellow analysts and the viewers out there. My brother, I call this cup a cup of a cup of pain, because it's coming up with all those pains to the big teams. Yeah, on the 3rd of February, we had Polokwane City playing against Steenberg United. And Polokwane City won that game 2-0. And then Mamelodi Sundowns played against Stellenbosch FC. What a game. And I know that Sundowns scored their winning goal in the last 4 minutes or so of the game. And Sundowns won that game 3-2 against Stellenbosch FC. It was quite a very interesting game to watch. And then we've got another Chiefs called from the Eastern Cape, Bizana Pondo Chiefs. They played against Cape Town All-Stars. And Cape Town All-Stars won that game 3-1. And then we've got also TTM that played against Super Sport. What a shocker. I know this game, it was playing on Friday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Super Sport lost that game by 1-0. Chakuma won that game. And then on the 5th of February, we've got Pretoria Kellys, who played against Real Kings FC. Pretoria Kellys won that game 1-0. And then Maritzburg was playing against Sekhukhune United, and they won that game at 2-1. And then as we move on, we've got also Orlando Pirates, Amapagania. They were playing against Utongat FC. What a wonderful game. This team called Utongat, they're playing very good, interesting football, I must say. Orlando Pirates scored 1 goal and 0 to Utongat FC. It was quite a good game, I must say. JDR Stars, they played against the Takis, Pretoria University FC. And JDR Stars won that game 2-1. And then we've got also TS Galaxy against TS Sporting, the fighting of the TS and the TS. That game ended at 0-0. And guess what? The TS Sporting won that game 5-4 on penalties. Another shocker again. And then we've got another game that was playing, which is Golden Arrows, that played against Amazulu. Golden Arrows scored first. And guess what? In the 93rd minute, Benny McCarthy made a substitution, and then he brought in Majoro. Majoro scored an equalizing goal, and then it went to extra time, and then from there, penalties. And then Amazulu won that game 5-4. Cape Town City played against Selematsela, Bloemfontein Celtic. Hey, I don't know what happened. What a game it was. Cape Town City beat brilliant game indeed. Tawono Dada, oh, my man of the match. Cape Town City won that game 4-0. What a game. Then we come to Ezenkos, Jomo Cosmos played against the Black Leopards.
Yeah.
Wow, what a nice game as well. It was in Toyando, if I'm not mistaken. Black Leopards won that game 2-1. And then we've got Chipa United that played against Free State Stars. That game ended at a draw of 2-2. And then it went to penalties. And then Chipa won that game 4-3. It's tough. The gap between the PSL and the NFD, it's so narrow. Then we come to Amaswai Muraga Swallows. They played against Cape United in Dobsonville. Swallows won that game 1-0. And then we come to Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs was playing at home in FNB Stadium. They played against Richards Bay. That's a team called Richards Bay. They call themselves the rich people from KZN. They beat Kaizer Chiefs 2-1. They scored first. Chiefs equalized, and then they scored in the 92nd minute. They scored their winning goal. Kaizer Chiefs is out of the Nedbank Cup. Makosi Wenzenja. Then there's a game that is still playing right now as we speak. Baroka FC. They're still playing against Ajax Cape Town. And that game is still on right now. Still 1-1. We will keep you updated on that, on the results, as soon as that game is done. In a nutshell, those are the results that I've got for now. And I'm gonna go back to Mr. Shabalala.
You know what? I'm wondering what's happening to Celtics. Celtics are playing a very beautiful football. They are a team. You really enjoy watching their football. But I don't know. Goals cannot come. Maybe when we discuss this possession football, as Paige suggested, we'll be able to touch on that. I don't know what's your take. If you look at Celtics, they are languishing right at the bottom there. Although they are not at the bottom, I think they're number 3, if not 4 from the bottom. So of which means they are languishing at the bottom. So it wouldn't be nice to see Bloemfontein Celtics, going down. They really need all the luck, And like I said, they are playing a very beautiful football. Not only Celtics, how about Moroka Swallows? Swallows is writing its own history. And remember, it's not about winning, with 3 or 4 or 5 goals. In the past, we used to call 1-0 the champion score. And if you know, during those times of Highlands Park, Geoffrey Clinton, you score 1 goal and then park the bus. The same with Wits University. That would be the same thing that would experience when we were playing those teams. But finally, at the end of the day, they will definitely be among the best, fighting for the title. So Swallows, it's like slowly but sure, they're grinding their way up. I don't know. So those are some of the things that I'm looking at. Amazulu, like you said, Benny McCarthy has brought a new dimension there. There's energy. Remember with Benny McCarthy, the players, players sometimes they respect a coach, especially if it's somebody that has played at high level. I remember Benny at some stage once said, if I coach, or all the players that I coach, they know that they have a chance of playing overseas, whether they are going to play at Portugal because I've got contacts there, or whether they will play in not only in Portugal, whether they will play in England because I've got contacts there, Spain, and those elements motivate players. And when players they are being motivated by such a person, it motivates them easily when he says, "I know it. I'm from there, guys." It's like Jomo Sono, players were looking up to him because they know what he's talking about. So Amazulu 2 is one of the team that really we are still going to see a lot. You cannot write Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns, they really show an element of being champions. As we normally say, they have 11 that is playing and another 11 outside. Whoever comes in does not disappoint, And the most important thing that Mamelodi Sundowns does well, even if they play nice football, they make sure that they score goals. Remember, football is goals. Football is not about nice, holding the ball. When I talk about that, I remember the old Moroka Swallows of your Ace Nini, Andres Masego. They had dribbling wizard from number 2 up number 11. So watching Swallows, you definitely enjoy. But they were not scoring goals. So as a result, they never became a powerhouse. So goals are very, very important, And then what about Supersport? Supersport, they are doing well. Remember Supersport, at some point they were a team that was, struggling, but they're always now, for the past few years, they always play there among the top best in the country. Yes. So there's a whole lot of teams doing well. Some teams that are struggling, it's like your TTM, they're still struggling. We'll see now with the change of ownership what's gonna happen. And then Black Leopards, I'm still worried about Black Leopards. I see that they're struggling a lot. And then if I were to choose, if I were Black Leopard, I would say they would have lost this game and continue to play, winning the league, because you can go all the way with Nedbank Cup, although yes, it gives you monetary incentives and it motivates players, but you rather keep the status of being in the Premier Soccer League as compared to taking those knockout. So in a wrap up, in a nutshell, this is what I would say. I don't know whether there's any other team that I did not touch on. So probably you guys can touch on before we discuss what is happening at Kaizer Chiefs.
I would definitely touch on two teams. On the 2nd of February, there were two league games that were playing. It was Amazulu FC playing against Bloemfontein Celtic. I'm touching on this one because you just mentioned Bloemfontein Celtic. I think the problem is at the back. They considered 4 goals yesterday. On the second, they considered 3 goals. Amazulu scored 4 against them. You see, so and then they only scored 3. So it means that now they're not shutting the back door. There's a problem at the back. I think the coaches will be able to do a good job, and the guys are playing very good football. I just love Celtic, the way they're playing, the way they're doing their thing. I wish that problem could be sorted out. There's no disaster there. It's just a matter of shutting the back door and reorganizing things correctly. And then also, there's another big game that played on the very same day, which is the 2nd of February. It was a game between Golden Arrows and Orlando Pirates. That game, I mean, it exposed the coach of Orlando Pirates that he doesn't have any plan B. The way things were done, the issue that we always talk about, the structure and all those organization, the cohesion, and nothing of that nature was working. So Golden Arrows won that game 2-0. And it was such a disaster for Orlando Pirates to lose that game. I mean, after so long, they haven't lost to Golden Arrows, but they lost that game to Golden Arrows 2-0. I will take this opportunity and give it back to you, Mr. Chabalala.
All right, Tshepang, I was trying to wrap up about all the teams so that all the teams, at least we talk about them. So what's your take? There's any team that I did not touch on, which you think we also need to mention about them as you see them?
I can talk about AmaZulu based on our previous week results. AmaZulu is really coming along good. I'm very excited to see them play as they go in also in the next coming games. I think the coach Benny McCarthy has laid a good foundation with the team, and it's really coming all right. It's just a matter of the back line. I think the defense is kind of a problem in a way. When I was watching the previous game in the Nedbank Cup against Arrows, there was a lot of mistakes that were happening in that game. I think that's the problem. They concede a lot of goals, but they are a team that are able to come back. So with that attitude, if they can stop conceding goals, but keep on executing without conceding any goals, then there will be a team to watch in the future. As the chairman also did say that they are a team that's building for the future. So their plan is not just short term, but it's long term. But you can actually see that they're really coming all right. It's a really good team, and they've got the players to carry them all the way. So I'm really very excited and really interested in seeing AmaZulu going forward the rest of the season, and we'll see how it goes with them. But they are really a good team to watch. So that's just my highlight.
You never touched, guys, on Maritzburg United. Remember, Ernest Middendorp has just gone there. What's your take? Is Ernest Middendorp bringing the solution that Maritzburg United are looking for? And remember, I also want to remind you, first round, I think Sundowns has taken it. It's a given. Sundowns, I don't know there is anyone who will catch up with Sundowns. I think Sundowns has already wrapped up the first round. So I want to hear from you guys. What's your take about Maritzburg United? We didn't mention anyone can come in.
Okay, on the log, Maritzburg, they are at number 14. They've played 14 games, and then they've got, I think, 9 points, which is a very, very poor kind of a record. And if you look at their goal difference as well, it's another disaster because it tells you that it's -10, and they've got 9 points out of 14 games. That is very, very poor. So I think with time they will be able to improve. With the coach of Ernest Middendorp caliber, he will be able to turn things around. It's just a matter of time. It's only a difference of 4 points with Chippa United. If you look at Chippa United, number 13, they've got 13 points. So the difference is only 4 points on that. So anything is still possible. It's still early though, but I agree with you that Sundowns, they've wrapped up the first round. We will see the second round because it's going to be tough. Still a long way to go. And remember, teams like Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, they still have to go and play in Africa. That particular impact, it will be shown on the especially in the second round when they are playing the local league. So we're ready. We'll be watching, and we'll be waiting for that. So Maritzburg, I think they've done well in terms of the coach, and then all that is needed now. The coach must get his own players because he didn't sign any new players. He's busy signing players right now.
What about Cape Town City? I've been here to guys mentioning Cape Town City. I've been here to guys talking about Baroka, TS Galaxy. Do you want to say something about those teams? I'm looking at all those teams because we are already wrapping up the first round.
I think with Cape Town City, they've proven themselves over the past few years. It's a team it's on the right path, but it's just a matter of consistency. Cape Town City I feel like it has the potential and the caliber to go all the way and compete amongst the greatest teams in South Africa. Because they've shown us, but it's just a matter of consistency. But they're on the right path, so I'm very proud of them. But teams like Baroka, I don't know. It's been like 3 seasons, I could say. They always start slow, but also finish slow. Also, it's a team that's always fighting, always probably like to get out of the relegation zone, and it's becoming a problem. So, what is it that they are playing for? They can't keep playing for season after season to actually come out of the relegation zone season after season. So, I think they need to step up. They need to step up, and I think the chairman should also take note of that because they can't keep on being in the same situation season after season. So I think they really need to step up and start proving their worth in the DStv Premiership. So it's a matter of consistency, and they need to just step up. But another team, TS Galaxy, also, we could say yes, they were Highlands Park in the beginning. Now the TS Galaxy, but a name shouldn't change the type of play and the style of playing because Highlands Park was a very good team. It was a very competitive team also. So I think that whole shift of when the team was bought and the whole management system kind of ruined the momentum of the team in a way. That's why they started out slow, but I think they're coming all right now since they've even gotten back the old technical team that was with Highlands, but now they are back as TS Galaxy, the like coach on the gamma. So I think it will make a huge difference again and get the team back on track. But yeah, I personally think we'll judge all of these teams in the next coming 5 games of the second round because second round there isn't any time to play because each and every point matters. You can't afford to lose a point. So we'll see from there on in the second round during the first 5 games with when all of these teams start playing. So that's my take on it.
I never hear you guys mentioning Stellenbosch. I think Stellenbosch is one of the team that is in the DStv Premier League. What do you take of Stellenbosch? Do you think Stellenbosch has a very good team? They're at number 11 on the log. I know they have is it Robin Johannes? All
Yes.
those good players. I've been here to guys speaking about Chippa United. Do you want to say something about those two teams so that we wrap up and then move on? We touch on Kaizer Chiefs, then go international.
With Stellenbosch, currently they are on number 11 on the log. They've played 14 games. They've collected 15 points. And if you look at their goal difference, it's only -2. They're doing well so far. And I'm very happy with the players. There's a player from Nigeria that they just signed. He's a I don't know, I don't remember the name. But he's a very good player as well. They've also signed a player from South America in the name of Hernandez. He's wearing number 10. He's very good, that guy as well. He's an attacking midfielder. I think they are very good. Remember, these are the richest team. This is the richest team in the PSL. This is the richest team in the PSL. Mr. Dow knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And then if you look at Chippa United, I just feel pity for Mr. Dens Malisela. Remember that Chippa United, they are playing their home games. They are playing them away. They don't have any home game. All their games, they're playing them outside, wherever. So they're spending more time being away from home and then whenever they go home, they don't get any games. I mean, because of the COVID situation. So it's unfortunate, but they're doing well. They've got 14 points. I mean, they played 14 games.
Okay, here's Frist, Tshepang. All right, do you want to finish up on what he said? Maybe let's move on. I see that Jake has freezed. What do you take about Kaizer Chiefs? Do you think there is a problem at Kaizer Chiefs, or it's a matter of transition? Remember, at some stage, I was telling you guys and say, Roman Koeman said, no, 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 no. We are struggling because we are currently at transitional stage. What's your take?
I think it's what you are saying, Mr. Shabalala. It's a matter of transition. I think we've spoken about Kaizer Chiefs for a very long time, and we kind of know the problems that the club is facing at the moment, and it's nothing new. They win 2 games, then they lose the next game or draw the next game. They come back, they do the same thing over and over again. So they're really trying. It's not that they're not trying, but they look better compared to as the season started. But they're not there yet. But they look better. But there's certain results where you think like they should have just took the points and ran with it. But it's just unfortunate on what's happening with the team at the moment. And I saw a statement again saying that Gavin Hunt should be sacked. I personally feel like he doesn't deserve to be sacked, and I don't think he will be sacked. I think even the chairman knows the conditions and the problem that the club is facing at the moment. You can't really blame a coach at this stage. He's doing all he can, all he possibly can to actually try and just balance the team and restore the team's identity. So we can't really blame him at the moment. He's just using what he has at the moment. And it's just unfortunate, this bothers me too much because the players are not coming to the party. Kaizer Chiefs, as we are saying right now, and we'll still keep on saying the same thing, it had the same players as it had last season. And they were so close on winning the league. So why is it coming back to this season? They have changed their mentality all of a sudden. So it's really not fair. I feel like the players are not coming to the party and they are really letting the coach and the club down because they lack of I don't know what's their problem, but I feel like they're really dropping the ball. The players themselves, it's not the coach. The coach is doing whatever he can, but the players are really dropping the ball. So I think it's up to the players. I'll keep on saying the same thing. It's up to the players. The players need to come to the party because there's nothing that the club can do at the moment. The coach can't sign players at the moment, so he's using what he has. But the same players are dropping the ball, so we really can't blame the coach at this point.
Will I be correct and say probably it was, a mistake that was done by management by letting Middendorp to leave? Because I'm sure the players
No,
are now used to him. So now he is a new guy with new tactics, new approach, and they are not used to him. I don't know, will that be correct to say probably the decision of letting Middendorp leave, having lost the game, having lost the league by just 15 minutes, in the last 15 minutes, all right? So maybe it was not a good decision to let him go. So what's your take?
no. I necessarily don't think we should blame any coaches at this point. Both of the
Not
coaches,
the
they
coach,
kind of play the same.
not the coach. Was it the mistake done by the management by letting Middendorp leave?
No, I feel like well, on my side personally, I feel like it was a good move that they've got they managed to get Gavin Hunt and Ernest Middendorf left the club. Both of the coaches play a similar type of football, we could say. Their philosophy is kind of the same. So I don't think anything has changed in terms of how Kaizer Chiefs are playing compared to the last season, because they're still playing the long balls that they used to play even the previous season. But it's just that now, I don't know, they're not getting the results that they're supposed to get. So I don't think we should blame in terms of management on who left and who came in, because it was gonna show if probably the new coach was introducing a whole different kind of system on how he wants his players to play. Probably he is, but they're still playing the same type of football. So there isn't any gap that shows that the management did anything wrong at this point. So things are still the same, but it's just that now the results are not the same. So that's just how it is.
Will I be right when I say probably the players are not as committed?
That's true. They're not. They're really not committed.
They don't come to the party, the players.
Yes, the players are not coming to the party. As I said, they're really dropping the ball.
Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on to London, a big one, Man City and Liverpool. We saw what happened. What a beautiful game. What a beautiful game. And then we saw Pep Guardiola humiliating Jurgen Klopp. And then remember at some point, Jurgen Klopp beat Pep Guardiola at some point. So probably this was the turn of Pep Guardiola paying the revenge to say, you know what, I'm also one of the best coach in the world, you know. So and then people are starting to say probably Liverpool, they should resign in thinking that they'll win the league this season. Is that a correct statement or what?
Yeah, I feel like it's Man City's title to lose at this point, given the fact that also Manchester United dropped crucial points also the day before. But okay, it's still too early to tell. But I remember I did say this, that in the Premier League, the teams that started at the top are actually going down, and the teams that started at the bottom are actually coming up, and they're not even showing any sign of dropping the ball at the moment. So get a team like Manchester City, and I did say a team that's 13 games unbeaten, 13 games plus games unbeaten, with so much momentum, and they're very fierce. It was really going to be a tough one for Liverpool. When I watched that game, that was class. I've never been so excited to watch a game in my life like that. The way Manchester City were playing, those were true. That was a sign of true champions. Like they just outclassed Liverpool, and a team like that doesn't show any sign of slowing down at the moment. So Pep Guardiola is, and he is going to be amongst the greatest coaches in the world one day.
Mm-hmm. Now let's touch on the big one, Al Ali and Bayern Munich. While I'm touching on that one, I must comment that Coach Peter Musiman is being hailed all over the world. And then I hear the coach of Bayern Munich talking very well about Peter Musiman, to say this guy is a very good coach. He's one of the best. What's your take? I know that the game is playing tonight, and then I don't know whether you'll be able to watch the game. I know you always watch. I don't think tonight I'll be able to watch this game. Yeah. So what's your take?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. Even Coach Pito did say that they've got nothing to lose. He just told the boys that they just need to go out there and enjoy themselves. And they've got nothing to lose. But if they win, then it's a huge win and a big one for them. It's Bayern Munich's game to lose. We could say they're the favorites, but I've been hearing a lot of speculations even through the media that Al Ahly might pull an upset because apparently Bayern Munich doesn't look as sharp as it is. So I don't know, but it'll be a very interesting one. But we might get an upset. This is football at the end of the day. Anything can happen, but it really, it really is, it is going to be an interesting game, to be honest. But Al Ahly has got nothing to lose. I think they've proven themselves. Being in the semi-finals of the FIFA Club World Cup, we could already say that they're amongst the top 3 or top 4 teams in the world so far. So that's a very good achievement for them.
So, and they're already smiling all the way to the bank. And then, whether they lose here, the checks, the bank is nice for Al Ahly. We wish Al Ahly all the best. We just hope that for a change, let them win the Club World Cup. Let's see an African team taking that World Cup and bringing it to our shores. That would be a nice thing. I just hope they win. And then pizza has been hailed. That on its own, that's enough. I heard even on CNN, they were quoting him, which is quite good. He has done a lot already, whether he wins or loses, although we are, crossing our fingers that he wins. Now let's go to Italy. We saw that Ronaldo continues to bang goals, and then Juventus, they played well, and then which is quite good. Although remember, this time they are not number 1 on the log. They are still struggling this time. So as compared to the previous years, remember, Juventus has taken this league, I think 9 times, if not 10 times, So in a row, they've been doing very well. So now let me give you the results of Serie A. We saw that Milan won against Crotone 4-0, and then Parma lost against Bologna 3-0, and Lazio won against Cagliari. And then we also saw that this coming the coming games on Friday, Bologna will be playing Veto. Torino will be playing Genoa. A big one on Saturday the 13th. It's Napoli and Juventus. And then we'll also see Spezia against Milan. And then Sunday, we'll see the game between Roma and Udinese. And then the very same Sunday, we'll see the game at 4 o'clock, Sampdoria against Fiorentina, and then Cagliari against Atalanta. And then Sassuolo, they will be playing against Crotone at 7 on Sunday. And then on Sunday, this one is the big one, Inter Milan and Lazio. And then the last game, it will be Verona versus Parma. So those are the games in La Liga. Okay, I mean in Italian league. Let's go to La Liga now. We saw what happened last night. Not only last night, during the week, Barcelona, they were losing. 2 minutes to go. I saw Messi, motivating the players, picking up their spirit 2 minutes to go, they scored 2 goals and equalized. And they ended up winning that game 5-2. And Lionel Messi was man of the match on that game. Last night, Lionel Messi was on the bench, which is understandable. Remember, they've played, yesterday it was the 11th game that they played in January, of 11th game. And in between, they went for extra time. So it was too much. But as you know, Messi doesn't want to be benched. Koeman, I don't know, maybe negotiated with him to say maybe we need to rest. He was rested. And then he decided to bring him in. They were left with about 33 minutes. Guess what? Messi changed the game. 2 minutes, having been in the field of play, he scored a goal. He created the second goal. And then he contributed to the third goal. All right. So, and they finally won, and he became man of the match. You know, the man is a genius. The man is a genius. So I still have a lot in terms of Messi special that I still want to show. But I think today I didn't compile something enough, but I'll share it with you again on Friday. There's quite a lot. I've seen top coaches in the world, all of them, the majority of them, let me put it that way. The majority of them that say Lionel Messi, he is an outstanding player. I heard Pellegrini say, you know what? We're playing well, but what separated us from the rest? It was an individualistic quality. And what else can we say? We have Lionel Messi, the best player in the world. He said, you know, this guy, when he was outside there, he was reading the game. And when he came in, he knew exactly where to poke the holes, you know. And when I watched that Barcelona, you know, this young man, Pedri, and we are still going to read a lot. We are still going, Arrojo, what a jam, what a jam. And unfortunately got injured yesterday. And I was checking, they said he got a sprinkle on his ankle, which might keep him out of play. But apparently it might not be serious in a way that he may lose only this coming week the game of the semi-final. And then because ever since Arrojo, he has already played 15 games. Barcelona is so strong at the back. He's quick. You know, his passes are accurate. And then his timing is good. You know, you don't know where to point mistakes on this young man. And then guess what? At the age of 21, he is a revelation, you know. And then, like I said, the young man, Pedri, one of the best. We are still going to sing a lot. Ricky Puig was playing, but I see now, you know, sometimes coaches understand football better than us. I see why Koeman prefers Pedri ahead of Ricky Puig. Yes, Ricky Puig put up the pressure, but Pedri seems to be more intelligent than him. All right, and this guy, what is his name? Griezmann. You know, he's back. Now is Griezmann of the old. For the past 3 games, Griezmann has been playing very well. He's happy. I saw Messi keep on encouraging him, which is quite good. And then even the rumors of saying Messi doesn't like him. I don't know where does that rumor comes from. All right. And then the other thing is, we saw, these are the allegations, that Messi has already asked the management to sell Coutinho so that they can get the money and reinvest the money to build a team. That is the sign that Messi is not intending to leave. I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah, you know, they at least at a very crucial time, a lot of Barcelona players, they're really stepping up to the party. It's great to see also the youngsters, Ricky Puig also coming along and they really giving the club something. So even the likes of Griezmann, at least his investment is starting to pay off. So let's hope that he can keep it up and be consistent, and just like the team is coming back all right, and they slowly coming, getting to the top again. I think they're taking each game one game at a time, and which is a good thing for them. So they've started to gel, and it's a really good thing. And this is the Barcelona that we know. And the likes of Coutinho, at such games, when you watch Barcelona during the past 5 games, you could actually see that we even forgot about him, to be honest. There's I don't know, there's something about him that just didn't tick, or it's not even clicking with the club at the moment. So even I think it's best for him also, for his career also,
Yeah, it will be
if
good.
we could actually just step out, yes, and just get a club that's suitable for him, and so that he can revive his career again. Because at the moment we've even forgotten about him, but he's a very good player. We can't we could not even scratch him out or anything. He's a very, very good player, and I feel like he should just get a club where he can actually revive himself again, and just you know just run the world again. Let him be the Coutinho that we know, but I think Barcelona is not the club for him. So that would be a good move, I think, for him. So I think it's something that he should actually start thinking about. He probably is thinking about it at the moment. So yeah.
And it would be wise for him to go to England because I don't think Coutinho does fit to other leagues. He failed in Italy, he failed in Germany, now he's failing with Spain. But I think in England he'll do well. I think he'd rather go back to England. So there. And then my message special that I wanted to show you, but I'll show you on Friday. I want to show you that ever since Ronaldo went to Italy, Messi has scored more goals than him against the 4 teams of Italy. And Messi doesn't play there. Now, this brings this argument of saying, no, Messi must change the scene. Let him go and try somewhere. Ronaldo has been in England. I'm saying Ronaldo for the past 3 years, he has been playing in Italy, but Messi has scored more goals than him. I'll show you those statistics. Just remind me on Friday on the Messi special. Tshepang, it was nice talking to you, and I hope our listeners enjoyed the show. And then hopefully, guys, you'll continue to subscribe. And then please comment. We really appreciate it. We follow up on those comments. And then on my side, the Saubrey Boyz Walafatse from the Big R. Thank you very much. Tshepang.
Thank you very much to the viewers out there. Continue to like, subscribe, and comment on our page.